With the launch trailer of Star Wars Battlefront 2 focusing on showcasing the scripted elements of the game, it is clear that EA are determined to give as much structure to the gameplay as they possibly can. This new push for narrative-driven multiplayer modes across both Battlefield and Battlefront show that EA has the potential to transition Battlefront to a game which focuses equally on delivering multiplayer content and providing lots of new scripted experiences for players in the Star Wars universe, whether that is through a single player campaign or not. And one potential avenue for EA with Star Wars Battlefront 2 is narrowing down the campaign into war stories. Battlefront has the potential to tell countless stories from different perspectives across all eras of the saga, while not having to force themselves to make leaps in logic to justify players experiencing a large amount of gameplay options and characters actually being a part of all of the huge events in the saga. And the new Battlefront that they've created lends itself better to that, as not every soldier can be a jack of all trades and successfully cripple regimes. The introduction of a class system proves that. It could show a real side to the universe, focusing on how each individual effort and struggle within the war helped lead to success or helped build after failure. This is something which has been fundamental to the films, so why not have this possibility within Battlefront? And after all, this has been done years before with Call of Duty, so it wouldn't be an alien concept to gamers. With Call of Duty you had one single story made up of multiple different war stories, but as Battlefield 1 has shown, it works perfectly well making them independent of each other, which has its benefits, but it also has its negatives, as many players may not want to play 5 different storylines, or even realise that there is multiple campaigns. But one benefit that independent war stories would have is that it could also serve as a tutorial for the different aspects of the gameplay. Instead of pushing through the entire storyline to get to the part which tells you how to properly pilot a starfighter, you could simply play the starfighter war story. This takes the game to an interesting place, where the players have the opportunity to jump in wherever they like and tailor their single player experience to themselves. While war stories were placed as an alternative to a full single player campaign in Battlefield 1, this doesn't have to be the case for Battlefront. Looking at this from EA's perspective, war stories also have the capability of being packaged within small DLCs and would allow them to successfully keep on the good side of those who are desperate for their next hit of canon Star Wars, while also justifying the existence of some loot crates. This is ultimately where taking the GTA approach when it comes to DLC would benefit EA, as they could release a standalone story DLC which does not have to conform to an already laid out map. It can be about anything in the Star Wars universe, and be packaged alongside brand new content crates which could tie in, increasing the interest in the DLC and also bringing in some revenue. This is obviously a big ask, especially with Star Wars Battlefront 2 just about to launch, and at the moment I'm perfectly happy with the planned content, but adding some extra stories into the DLC would be a great bonus. This in no way should be seen as a prediction, it's simply something that I'd love to see in the future, and there's no real harm about having a guess about the future. I hope you enjoyed this video and will stick around for next time, but until then, may the Force be with you.